as I was walking, I just found the strength and the courage to say, I'm not going back. And I'll face whatever I need to face, but I need to do this, and I need to do this alone. Get on my own, get on my own 2 feet. So I spent the rest of that day walking, praying, meditating, trying to hear from God, from my spiritual team, what I needed to do and where I needed to go. I ended up going to a lake and sitting by a lake for a few hours, and then just walking around because I didn't have anywhere to go. And at the time, I was in Memphis, and so I was just really walking around, and I walked around the whole night. I really couldn't find anywhere to rest. It was maybe about, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I happened upon a hotel. And this hotel had um, like a bench outside one of the entry doors. And so I got the courage to sit on the bench, and I kind of just slumped over with my bags in hand and really close, tucked close to me. And I fell asleep. I fell asleep for maybe an hour or so. And it was very uncomfortable. People were um, coming and going. And that did not make for a good place to relax and to rest. So all I could do was get back up and start that walking journey again. I was exhausted. I was so tired from carrying the heavy backpack. Plus, I had, of course, the only thing I had as far as coats was 2 hoodies, which I had on because it was kind of chilly that night. And I also had a toiletry bag. I also had a toiletry bag. And so this heavy backpack on my back, a toiletry bag, and well, I was wearing one hoodie and I had another hoodie in my hand. And so I'm carrying all of this stuff around because this is everything that I'm going to need. Well, it wasn't everything I was going to need, but it was all I could carry on this journey. And I remember just being so tired. And the next day, I decided that I would find me a place, I would find somewhere that I could actually lay down and rest. And that's what I did. It was a parking garage. And I knew that I could work on my business still if by going to Panera Bread. And so I found a Panera Bread to go to, and I spent the day there. I was completely exhausted. I was so sleepy, but I had to fight it in order to be there because you can't sleep in public, right? So I, got my computer out. I had my phone. I made sure that I ordered food so I could be there. And I spent the entire day there. That evening, I found a parking garage not far from where Panera Bread was. And I decided that that's where I would sleep. And I did. But I slept uncomfortably. I was so tired, but I couldn't lay down. I didn't want to get too comfortable because I wasn't, I didn't feel safe. Even though it was, somewhat secluded, that was also a problem. It was somewhat secluded. Being a woman and outdoors, not having, anybody else to watch your back, you're forced to watch your back alone, by yourself. And so I kind of propped myself up and sat up against the wall. And I could feel myself slumping over at some point during the middle of the night. And I would, straighten myself back up, and then, it would just occur again. And I just, it was a cycle. But it was enough rest to get me through the night and to the next day.